I'm Joseph.
And I'm Nick.
This is Fish Jelly.
Oh, yeah, it is.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been raining in LA.
It's a whole ass rainy weekend in this city that's already difficult to get around in, yes.
Well, I guess that's all that matters.
Well, it does hamper things, but
well,
yeah.
We do need water.
We do. We do. I'm not contesting that fact.
We watched a video from Siskel and Ebert, like their worst movies of 1994, was it?
96. And we randomly put that on because we watched a film starring Diane Ladd this week called Carnosaur. And there's a very famous, they had a disagreement about that film. And I think we found that review and then we continued to watch some of their stuff.
I guess I didn't. Of course, I knew Siskel and Ebert as a kid. They were very popular.
I remember my mom watching, yeah.
But I'm sure I didn't pay much attention. And watching them this past week, I didn't realize how bitchy they were.
Yes. And kind of, their chemistry is also odd to me.
The chemistry is odd, but I'm surprised that such a mainstream show had such strong opinions. Granted, we watched their worst of video, so everything they were talking about they didn't like.
Right.
I'm sure in a normal episode they were more kind. But yeah, I was kind of shocked at how pointed they were with their critiques. And
I think that's what people liked, though. It's just funny because, I haven't thought of them in a long time, but they came up with these categories to kind of as a through line to discuss the worst of the years. And again, this is for 96. And some of those categories, I mean, they needed to spend a little more time on naming them, I think.
Well, I'm assuming they didn't have writers, since they are writers expressing themselves. I think they needed writers for these categories.
Yeah, they needed like that team, who was ever in RuPaul's ear. They needed some gay shit to be like, oh, these need to be more pithy. Like,
but maybe that's also part of why people like them is they were, their opinions were their own.
That's true, and no one can take that away from them.
I saw Eddie Murphy did an interview, and he was asked if he regretted any movies he turned down.
Oh.
And he said there were 3.
Oh, okay.
The 3 are Ghostbusters.
Oh, would he have been Ernie?
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Okay.
And Rush Hour.
Oh, okay. Well, he'd been Tucker's part. Who would he have been in Roger Rabbit? Bob Hoskins, not the Bob Hoskins role.
Dr. Doom or Judge Dredd? I don't know. He didn't say, but he didn't say things worked out well for him because instead of Ghostbusters, he did Beverly Hills Cop, which was a hit.
In the same year, yeah.
And instead of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, he did Coming to America, which was a hit. And instead of Rush Hour, he did Mulan and Dr. Dolittle. So certainly not hurting, but it's interesting to hear.
Well, Rush Hour would have been franchise money, right? But, well, Dr. Dolittle had a sequel.
Well, Eddie Murphy, he's very private about his home, but I think as part of that documentary on Netflix, we get a glimpse into his $85 million Beverly Hills mansion. So I think he did just fine.
You weren't interested in reviewing that.
I don't care for Eddie Murphy. He's such a huge figure. I mean, he's like the biggest during the 80s. I mean, I think like Michael Jackson, Eddie Murphy, like he's up there. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was definitely a huge part of my childhood, but I didn't enjoy his comedy because I did watch like Raw earlier than I should have.
Same, yeah.
And it's pretty homophobic. So then, of course, I was like, oh, God, I don't like this. And
yeah, it's a pretty telling time capsule of attitudes at the time. Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I think some stuff is fun, but overall, I'm not a huge Eddie Murphy fan. But I appreciate his impact and contribution to pop culture.
I like Eddie. I mean, he's somebody who, because he's in it, I will be automatically interested in watching it.
Okay, then recently at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, En Vogue performed. And you
Mm-hmm.
know, En Vogue has gone through some changes. Because
As
originally it was four ladies: Cindy, Maxine, Dawn, and Terry. And then they were having issues. The group broke up. They were like suing each other. And then for like a couple of decades now, it's mainly been Cindy and Terry. And then they brought on a woman named Rona Bennett.
mm-hmm.
And Rona, I think, was a singer actress before. I know she was on the Jamie Foxx show. But anyway, Rona became a member of En Vogue, the iteration with Cindy and Terry
Mm-hmm.
in 2003. But when they performed at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame like a week and a half ago, they had Maxine there
Mm-hmm.
and not Rona. And Rona posted on social media basically that she wasn't even told about the performance.
Oh, okay.
And so she feels slighted.
I mean, understandably so.
And then also announced her departure from the group,
Well, yeah.
which is kind of sad because I know, like, if you read stories and there are comment sections, people always say the only En Vogue we know is Cindy, Maxine, Dawn, and Terry, which of course, yeah, I mean, that's what I grew up with. But Rona has been a member of En Vogue for longer than Terry. I'm sorry, than Dawn and Maxine were.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like she does deserve credit for keeping En Vogue together because I've seen En Vogue in concert before. I've seen them with the original members and also with the three,
Hey,
including Rona. And so Rona has really helped Cindy and Terry keep going. So I thought it was kind of sad that like she was slighted in a way, and then also that people are saying like Rona's not a real member of En Vogue.
if you're a current card-carrying member of the group, you should have been invited to the performance.
Well, invited to the ceremony. Like I understand maybe if they wanted, because I know that was it when Alicia Keys hosted the BET Awards, she had that really cool like medley where she brought out her favorite band. And so we got the original En Vogue. And so, you know, I understand there are times when if you couldn't get the original, you might put the other to the side. So I'm not saying that she should have performed with them, but to not be told or not be in attendance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I hope that she has other things in the works. And
that's a bummer.
And I think it's cool that she got to be, because they did perform a lot with Rona. So good for her. But along with that, more movie related, I think En Vogue's biggest commercial hit is a song called Don't Let Go Love, which was on the Set It Off soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's their most successful song, according to Billboard.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was like a #1 song, and I think it won a Grammy. But anyway.
From the Rock and Roll Hall, the White Stripes I saw got inducted as well.
Oh.
And what's her name didn't show up. So it's just Jack White.
But I read that song, Don't Let Go Love, was originally written for Aerosmith.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But then the record executive heard it and thought it'd be good for En Vogue. So, which was on a movie soundtrack, and that's why I brought it up. Then,
well, Set It Off's a great film and soundtrack. Yeah.
I read that, or Brad Goreski, who you know from Canada's Drag
Race, and
he's the husband of I think the man who created Will and Grace. Maybe
what was that wretched thing we watched an episode on that he was that gay reality thing?
Oh, what was it called? It was called like Best Friends West Hollywood, or
it was something WeHo. It was vile. Ugh.
Well, now I need to know.
But that must be gone. Remember, it was being marketed.
Oh, the Real Friends of WeHo.
Throw that away.
You know, it was just an awkward thing because I don't think any of those people were really friends.
Well, and they don't seem like it. And Brad Goreski does have a charming persona, and he was working overtime to be the glue that kept that together. It felt.
Yeah,
like.
I have to say, of all of them, Brad Goreski seemed the most grounded and like really trying to like,
hey guys, we should make this work.
Todrick seemed like he was on the verge of.
Well, I think he is on the verge. He just
seems kind of desperate, and I think with all the things that happened around that time.
Well, he's got to pay those his Airbnb fees for the fake houses that he says he owns.
And then the other guy on there was the husband of the girls.
Damian Franzese?
No, the other gay guy. The one who asked.
Okay.
Right?
Who's the other gay guy from Mean Girls?
Oh my god. Um, I know people are screaming.
Like a gay
Right now.
character, gay actor?
He's a gay actor, not a gay character. He's the love interest. Jonathan Bennett.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
His husband, who's Southern, I believe. I thought he seemed nice. Oh, and then there was the really handsome guy who just came out, and he was in a movie. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The really handsome guy who
he was like the oddball
in Mean Girls.
No, in The Real Friends of WeHo.
Oh, that just came out.
He had just Curtis Hamilton, who I think was in a movie called.
That's more like a figure skater name.
Oh, he's an Insecure. He played Dr. Dre in Surviving Compton.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember him on the show. He wasn't out when he filmed that.
He had just come out.
Oh,
like so that was a plot line that like
yeah,
little.
We only kind of watched one episode, and that was not for me. But yeah, okay.
Oh, but the other guy who was also real mad, Dorian. He has his own skincare line.
Is he that tall white guy?
No, the tall black guy, who's bald, and he has a skincare line that's in Macy's.
Who was the? Oh yeah, okay. There was some really cranky tall white guy that I remember.
Oh, he's a social media person. Yeah, what was his name?
Because he had beef with somebody.
Yeah, like
they did not get along.
He talked about like his self-image because of his skin, his body.
Mm-hmm.
I know he on the show got married. Yeah, that show it actually could have been good, but I think there were some key people who kind of threw a wrench in it.
Yes.
Why were we talking about that? Brad Goreski. Anyway, Brad Goreski announced that he's not coming back to Canada's Drag Race, that he was asked to do it, but for reasons that he's not going to get into, he has declined, which I know that show is a wreck and I don't care for Brooklyn Heights. Tracy Melchior seems...
Tracy Melchior is the first Black Stepford wife I've ever seen.
Yeah, she makes me a little uncomfortable, but I've always really liked Brad Goreski, and I think he was fun on the show. So the fact that he's not coming back,
on I think Brooklyn is vacuous, but beautiful drag queen though. The drag is her drag is
she's a good drag
amazing, queen. But as a host for the show, and then they keep talking about what a personality she has. I haven't seen it. Where is it?
The hoopla over the Hulu show All's Fair seems to be dying down, but Kim K did some interview, and she is trying to be a lawyer, and she went that route of studying law where like she didn't go to traditional school.
She's still trying to do that?
Well, I think she finished the schooling part after 6 years.
But can't pass the bar.
Can't pass the bar, which is like, lots of people don't pass those, those are very rigorous tests. So I don't think it's like, oh, she's so whatever. A lot of people don't pass a lot of those professional exams.
Of course.
Because they're difficult.
Yes.
So I'm not making fun of that, but this lady, and I saw the video where she said it, but basically she called, because she goes to psychics.
Oh, God.
And she called out the psychics who told her she would pass the bar.
Well,
it said they were liars. And,
did they say which time?
I'm assuming she goes, all of the effing psychics that we have met with are all effing full of shit. They all told me I was going to pass the bar, so they're all full pathological liars.
Yeah, but are they going to look at this woman dead in the eyes and say, like, girl, you're stupid, pick something else?
I'm hoping part of this is her being funny, but my main thought listening to it was, who would hire her? Like, I mean, I know that if Kim K ever does pass the bar,
she should work pro bono.
That she probably would end up, working pro bono and probably work with talented attorneys to help, which she has already done, right? She's used her platform to get.
Yeah, from my memory of things that she's already dabbled in, she's using her name to highlight certain issues, right?
But the point I'm trying to make is it's so strange, like how people put themselves out there in like a negative light. Like, I mean, you're struggling to pass the bar.
I know.
And then you're saying things like a psychic told you would.
Well,
I think you should have relied on your studying and all the hard work you put into it. But it's just funny because ultimately this woman does not need to work as an attorney to be a success. And if she ever does pass the bar, I'm certain that she will use her profession to help people. But It's just funny because if any other person were out here posting about how they can't accomplish what they set out to do, it would definitely diminish the public's confidence in them. But
I don't know that you could get more diminished, but she also could stop acting immediately, and that'd be fine.
And then lastly in this segment, Paris Jackson posted a video showing the damage that drugs have done to her septum. Like she basically has a hole in her septum. And her message was, don't do drugs, kids, which is a good message. But yeah, and I don't know what she was snorting.
Well, probably.
I would have to think a lot of it is cocaine.
Cocaine. I mean, didn't Stevie Nicks have that problem too?
But yeah, in the video, she puts her face up to the camera and then takes like a light and you can see the hole through her nose.
Oof. That's got to make cold difficult.
Good for her for sharing an important message.
What does Aunt Jan think about that?
Well, Paris is beautiful, and I hope that she doesn't have problems breathing or sleeping, and I hope people heed her warning.
Yes.
Okay, moving on to the restaurant section. We finally tried a restaurant called Dr. Sandwich.
We have driven by that.
I drive by at least twice a week,
and you
and every time
cast aspersions on it.
Only because, well, first of all, what is Dr. Sandwich? The name is so awkward because it's basically like your standard Mediterranean menu.
Yeah.
And from the outside, it looks like it would be cute. The reason I always poo-poo it is because the parking situation looks difficult. Even though we eat at places near there and I could easily park on the street, I just hate that there's a commotion because they basically have a parking lot that is strictly regulated by valet, and there appear to only be like 5 spots.
Yes.
So it just feels so pointless. Like, why even have this? But we finally went to eat right before we went to see Keeper.
Mm-hmm.
And baby, the first impression was terrible. First of all, you walk in and it's not cute.
It's not. It's fine.
It's not cute. It's just your basic, like, I mean, you walk in, there's no bathroom, but there is a sink to wash your hands. So there's a sink on the wall with like soap and paper towels. Mm-hmm. And then right next to the sink where people wash their hands are the self-serve utensils and napkins. Mm-hmm. Then there's a counter with the menus. And then the kitchen is open. And I've never experienced this where you're asked to order, pay. Of course, they ask for their big old tip. Then they tell you to sit down, and someone will call you to then go up to the counter to tell them.
The lady that took our order was very nice and lovely.
She might have been nice, but she was horrible at explaining what was going to happen.
Well,
there's not like that. I mean, that's like your one task is to help people get their food. I thought she did a poor job because we ordered the food. Mm-hmm. Pay what I thought was too much.
It was, but that's okay. We're trying it. Mm-hmm.
And then she's just like, well, sit down. What? Like, okay. Because then she's like, I asked her, what's the difference between a plate and a da-da-da? And she's like, oh, well, this gets 5 sides versus this gets whatever. Mm-hmm. So then she said, okay, well, it'll be whatever you paid. And I'm like, well, wait, don't you want to know what my sides are? Oh, well, you need to sit down.
And they call you, your
number.
number.
Someone will call you, and then you go up there, and then you tell them what you want. Mm-hmm. First of all, I hate that. Like, I tip you $20 ahead of me even knowing what my food looks like, how they're going to give it to you. It's just crazy. So then we sit down. Mm-hmm. We had ordered 2 beers. So it's like, okay, so do we just go? They had a case of beverages. So I'm like, so do we just go grab the beers? So I grabbed 2 beers, but they require a bottle opener. Mm-hmm. So then I have to get up, go to her, and then she acts like, oh, let me help you out and open these bottles. Like, okay. We sit for a while in not very nice seating.
It did the trick.
For the price, come on.
I agree.
You think for the price that was like a nice environment to eat your food?
It was
for the price.
It is overpriced. We are in LA. It was definitely overpriced. But
I'm not going to be all negative. Give me a second. Mm-hmm. So they call us. We go up there. And then the guy's like, what do you want? I don't know. I don't know what I ordered. I don't know what you have. And it's the way he was treating us, it was very obvious that this is a common issue, mm-hmm. that people are overwhelmed. So he did kind of guide us like, well, do you want this? Do you want this?
Yeah, yeah. He made it smooth.
But
yeah.
at first, so I don't think he was bad because I'm assuming there are people who go there and know exactly what they want.
Yes.
But then when he could tell that I'm like, I have no idea what's happening, he was like, well, we have this, 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 and this. So the plate I got, I thought was overpriced, but he fixes the plate. And then I'm like, okay, well, it looked good.
Mhm.
And then you did your thing.
I had a chicken shawarma. My mouth is actually salivating now.
Okay, so we sit down, and at this point I am funky.
Yes, you
funky,
were.
funky, funky.
Mhm.
But baby, I have to say that was some of the best Mediterranean food I've had.
Oh my, that pita, the bread.
Okay, the pita bread. I've never had pita bread.
Oh, yeah.
So soft and thick
and chewy.
You know, talk about the thorn birds and the cardinal talking about being able to lie with something soft and round.
Soft and round in the night.
Soft and round in the night. Baby, I would
give me that laffa.
I would give up all the ass I could get for just a lifetime supply of this pita bread.
Oh my God. But mine, and that was fat. The shit that he pumped in there, it was fat. And
well, because at first I'm like, oh hell no, we paid all this money for this little pita they gave you because it looks small.
Yeah, like a little round disc.
But then and I was so irritated that when he handed me my plate, I walked away. I didn't even wait for you.
Yes,
I was irritated.
I had to bring.
But then you come over, and that thing was filled.
Oh, drizzled with the tahini, and at the bottom of the pita when I got to the end, because it was so thick, it wasn't. Usually when you get a pita, all the shit drips out. It all collected in the bottom.
Yeah, the bread. Yeah. But
I want more of that.
So it's a very good receptacle. But I ordered the chicken breast plate, and that was some of the best. The flavor, it wasn't too thick, but it was very tender. Like you could cut it with just your fork.
It was like butter.
The hummus, I don't think I've ever had creamier hummus.
I think we forget what good hummus tastes like. Yeah.
You know what it made me think of when we were in Poland?
I was just
and we went to that Mediterranean restaurant and there wasn't
they're like, we think this is what hummus is.
We don't allow people to immigrate here, so we don't know what we think hummus is, but whatever they gave us was the hummus tasted like in Warsaw, Poland, at the one Mediterranean restaurant we went to, had the consistency of what I think, because I've never had it, like cream of wheat.
I thought it was it was grain. It was like lentil soup.
Well, it was gritty like cream of wheat. Oh, maybe if you take what I think cream of wheat is and put in some lentils.
Yes.
That's what the hummus in Warsaw was like. The hummus at this goddamn Dr. Sandwich was silky smooth, baby. It was so creamy. I've never had hummus that good. So I think what I've decided is that I will just order takeout.
And
I'll enjoy
fine.
my food in my nice house because this place and the vibe, it was not cute at all. But that food, yeah, I would definitely.
Although,
and there was in my plate, I would say that we should just order the plate I got and order an extra pita bread.
I would like to eat there at least one more time because there was a man when we first walked in sitting next to us and he had these 3 huge squeeze bottles of sauces. And I remember noting that, like, where'd he get those?
I did too. And then that's also why I had a little bit of an attitude because I'm like, well, we didn't get any sauce.
Well, but then I realized it's in the same area as the drink
beverages
cooler and everybody can just go grab them. And I had straight up already ate my whole thing. And then I'm like, oh shit, there's all these sauces I could have experienced.
Yeah.
So I might need to have one more go in the interior of Dr. Sandwich.
So would I recommend going there to have a nice dinner before you see a movie at the Grove? No. Would I say, like, if you go see an afternoon showing at the Grove and you're hungry for dinner, you could order takeout from there and go pick it up and eat it at your place, your hotel, wherever you are. Okay. Then we tried a restaurant called Taste of the Caribbean,
which we had driven by.
Because I drive by that place almost every day because it's right by our house.
Yeah, and I pointed it out. I'm like, ooh, I bet that's good.
And they have 2 locations, one in Long Beach and then one in LA, of course. So we finally tried it. They're open very late. They're open until 4 a.m.
Well,
so that's a distinction.
Based on how long they take to get you the food, that's probably right.
Okay, so let's talk about it. We go in there and
only 2 other tables that are occupied.
Well, And one of them, it's clearly one of those places where like the people who either own it or work there, like like people know them, and so they come and just sit all night long
Mm-hmm.
and just chop it up. So I don't even think those people count as customers. They just have that big table in the corner where friends of the establishment just chill all night,
Yeah.
I guess. So there was only one other table with customers,
Mm-hmm.
and we were sat right next to them. Okay, the vibe of the place,
Cute.
it's cute.
I think the decorations are nice inside. It has a nice little energy in there. Yeah.
The music was interesting because they were playing Caribbean covers of popular songs like Celine Dion, Michael Jackson, but they were like Caribbean versions. So I actually really liked it because my attention kept getting drawn to the music because it's like, oh, all of it had a similar like Caribbean vibe, like the beat.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you hear the lyrics, it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Whitney.
That's Kelly Clarkson. That's Whitney Houston. Okay.
Some of the most ornate menus I have ever seen.
Yes. Yeah. I don't think I've seen a more beautiful menu.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were like these wooden mesh that like folded beautifully.
It stretched a little bit.
They were clean.
Importantly, they were clean.
Okay. The server was a very lovely lady.
Yes.
A young lady.
A young lady. Mm-hmm.
And she comes over and she seemed a little hesitant. And then I think it was clear that maybe she's new to this establishment, maybe new to serving.
Yes.
But that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I think I realized sitting there that I've never eaten at a Caribbean restaurant. And I don't know how that's possible.
I don't know how that's possible.
But we've never eaten at a Caribbean restaurant together.
I guess not. I don't understand how that's possible because I love Caribbean food. And
that's not fully true. So there's a restaurant in Vegas, and I believe it's a chain. And I guess they do call themselves a Caribbean restaurant. It's called Bahama Breeze.
Oh, well.
It's on the corner of Sahara and Paradise, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I've eaten there like 600 times. But
that's
and
more.
You and I've eaten there once.
Mainstream-ish, though. This is like.
Well, it's so mainstream that I didn't even equate it with Caribbean.
Because what we ate there, that felt like, oh, this is legitimate.
But yeah, so anyway, you ordered
goat curry,
and I ordered like jerk chicken rasta
pasta.
Mm-hmm. Okay. My biggest complaint about this restaurant was it took you and I, most restaurants we eat in, because we eat out all the time, how long do you think it takes us from the time we sit down until the time we leave?
Even with some tentativeness about deciding what to eat, which is rare, like half an hour at the most.
It's very rare that we're at a restaurant for more than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And this includes like nice restaurants. I'm not talking like if we were to go sit down.
We also eat like fugitives, like someone's chasing us, but
that is true. That is true.
But we're in and out.
It took 30 minutes for the food to come out.
Girl, so
I was shocked.
It took, well, first we got, she offered water and we said yes. That took a good 15 minutes to get the water. It took another at least.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because it took a long time. Then finally we got to order our food.
Yeah.
And then we ordered sodas, which were actually really good.
Oh God, yeah, the pineapple ginger thing. Oh, that was good.
But then after we received our sodas, it took like another it took a long time for that food to come
I think
out.
all told we were there 90 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe a little over that too.
Okay, but what did you think of your goat curry?
Oh my God. Okay, so I grew up northern Minnesota with from a family of hunters, so I'm used to having to work the meat. And I haven't had to do that in a while because there were a lot of bones in it, but I don't mind that. And it forces me to eat more slowly, so nothing wrong with that. But the flavor of that curry was excellent.
I have to say that's probably the best goat I've had.
It was
mainly because it didn't taste.
Well, goat can be gamey, yeah.
Because there's an Oaxacan Mexican restaurant that we ate at with some friends.
Yeah, that was gamey goat. Mm-hmm.
And if they're listening, of course, eating with them was lovely. But that restaurant was one of the worst dining experiences I've had because it was loud with a band.
There was live music.
And then remember we still have
I still have their card on the fridge.
You have the card of the band on our refrigerator as I'm speaking
because it had
was
such a weird name.
And also it seemed like the lead singer of this Mexican or Spanish language band was like a white Russian lady.
Yeah, it was a very. I mean, we remember it. It was.
But you ordered the goat. Uh,
It was a goat.
what's that dish that I don't like, and now I just forgot the name of it. Mole.
Yeah,
There was goat mole, and just saying it just now made me nauseated. That's how disgusting I thought it was. So when you ordered the goat curry, I'm like, okay. But I have to say, it tasted so good.
it
It
was
came with rice, which was a little dry, and the way
okay.
it's set up is difficult.
Yeah, the side. Well, okay, so the cabbage bean thing that was part of the side that was delicious.
Yeah, I liked your side of the cabbage.
But the dirty rice that was bland. I do have to say that needed a little more seasoning.
Yeah. Okay, my jerk chicken rasta pasta, I thought was delicious.
That was good.
It also had a lot of bones in it, but that chicken was very good.
That chicken was tender. It was
and
flavorful.
The cheese that they put in that pasta, it was very rich.
Mm-hmm.
So rich, in fact, I barely ate half of it and saved it.
I ate every last drop of mine.
And ate it for lunch a couple of days later, and it was still very good. So then you finish your food. I have half my plate sitting there. The server was overwhelmed.
She was.
We could see her, and they were getting a lot of like Postmates. Uber
well, you could hear all the dinging.
And you could hear them all coming. So we understood.
Yeah.
And she was lovely. But I kind of flagged, like, look at her, like, okay. And I asked for a to-go container and dessert.
Uh-huh.
And so we ordered banana
bread pudding?
Banana pudding. Or it was an awkward name, like banana bread pudding. We wait another like 15, 20 minutes.
Yes.
I'm sorry to say.
And she comes over with the check. She
comes over with the check.
And your container, but no pudding.
And so, of course, I'm like, well, take the card now because
yes,
like we don't want to wait another 15 minutes for you to come get the card. And then I said, oh, I see on the check you didn't add the banana bread pudding. Oh, sorry. I'm like, no, it's okay because we want to go. So
it's okay.
Don't redo it. Just like we can go. But she brings over the box, and then she brings a free banana bread pudding to go, which was very nice. And she was very nice.
She was like, it's only my second shift here. I'm like, oh, you
poor thing. But But the real gag was we get home and we watch. You put in Carnosaur, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Diet Lab movie. And we eat that banana bread pudding. Tell me that wasn't the most dry shit you have ever had.
It was. There was an underlying flavor I really liked.
Oh, I thought it was terrible.
But it was dry.
Those like $2.99 like pound cake slices you get at like Kroger or Ralph's were 10 times better.
And about the same price, actually. Yeah.
Well, no, this was more expensive. This was...
I thought it was $6.
Yeah, but those Kroger things are like $2.99. Or $3.99, whatever. The point is, I've never had something called bread pudding that was that dry. And then I was wondering, I wonder if when people get it for like dine in, they take it out of the container and heat it up and put something on it.
Yeah, it's probably the presentation's probably better.
Because it was so dry. So dry. But
get them some milk.
This is another example of a restaurant that I would probably order takeout.
Well, we usually don't have the luxury of having so much time to eat.
Yeah, we rarely have time to plan like, oh, we're going to go pick up food and bring it back. We just have to go eat. I think that's partially why we eat fast because we have a lot to do.
There's always a lot going on, yeah.
So it's like, oh, we have 30 minutes to have dinner before we have to be somewhere. Anyway, yeah.
Well, and I thought that, I was trying to make the excuse based on some of the signage in there too. It's like, oh, I think it's supposed to be a laid back island vibe.
You
right?
like to make excuses. You
really
do.
I'm trying to make sense of the world around me, and I'm like, this must be that you didn't come here for a rush,
Okay, moving on to films released we didn't cover.
Oh.
King Ivory,
directed by John Swab. I think this is at Venice in 2024. And apparently it's based on real life incidents involving law enforcement trying to uncover fentanyl trafficking. With a cast led by James Badge Dale, but Ben Foster, Graham Greene, Melissa Leo. So it has a great cast. I don't think this has any buzz.
Muzzle, City of Wolves.
This is directed by John Stahlberg Jr. This is a sequel to a 2023 film with Aaron Eckhart called Muzzle about an LAPD officer with a canine. And I didn't see the first one. I think the canine died because something about this new one is he's got a new canine. I don't know. This looks also like no. We should have prefaced this. I don't think you even realize there are so many films that came out this week.
Well,
like 25. Like it's overwhelming. Anyway, but that was one of them.
okay, next is Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
The third. Do you know what that is?
The sequel to.
It's the third one.
Oh, it's the treacle. I know that's not.
Look, you should pull up the posters for all three of these films. I can't be more generic and stupid. I hate these. I hated the 2013 one. I hated the sequel from 2016 even more. I mean, clearly has a stacked cast. For some reason, Ruben Fleischer came on to direct this one. I don't know that I love Jesse Eisenberg. I don't think he's very fun. I think he can be interesting.
The posters are very busy.
Oh, nobody knows how to do poster art anymore. But this poster art is just this could be completely AI. I don't know. Dave Franco, Woody Harrelson, Isla Fisher, Justice Smith. I like Rosamund Pike, Morgan Freeman. I like a lot of those people enough. But this, we did not make time for that film.
Something called Trap House.
Remember from Strangers with Candy? Safe Trap House. Yes, from Michael Dowse, who directed a film called Goon that I remember being with Sean William Scott. I remember kind of liking. And we reviewed his film Stuber.
Oh.
But Dave Bautista leads this. It has an interesting cast. Bobby Cannavale, Kate Del Castillo, Sophia Lillis. But I think Bautista's an undercover DEA agent. It looks very generic, though.
Arco. This
is an animated film that, well, at least in my email inbox, seems to be getting a lot of attention. But Hugo Bienvenu, and it's short. It's 88 minutes. But I think I'm supposed to watch this for awards voting. But I think it's about time travel and a little girl that helps a little boy that dropped out of some rainbow world. I don't know, but that came out.
Bull Run.
I think we discussed covering it, but forgot about it. But Tom Blythe stars. It's a Wall Street comedy directed by Alfredo Barrios Jr.
Yikes. Come See Me in the Good Light.
This is an Apple TV documentary release.
That sounds like a gospel type movie or something.
Well, it's about lesbians.
Oh,
so okay, it's not that. I think one of them is diagnosed with something terminal, and it's, I think, documenting that journey. So probably really depressing, but uplifting.
Terminal lesbianism.
Terminal. You're a terminal lesbian. I probably should watch this because I need to catch up on some documentaries again before voting for awards next month. But this is something I feel like I need to watch. Directed by Ryan White.
Jeff Kelly. A movie called J. Kelly.
I saw this in Venice. It was it's Noah Baumbach's latest, who is a director I really like, but I did not like this film. And there are people that think the exact opposite. That love this movie. I really did not.
Left-Handed Girl.
Oh, this a Netflix release in a couple theaters. I think it comes out in a week or two on Netflix. We actually have this in our preview contents to review. It's Taiwan's official submission, but directed by Shi Ching Su. But of course, part of the marketing for this is Sean Baker, I believe, edited it. Sean Baker's in the background on this movie, and that's been kind of a selling point of it since it premiered in Critics Week at Cannes this year.
Murder at the Embassy.
I only included this because when's the last time you saw Misha Barton leading a film?
I don't know who's that.
What? You don't know who that is?
Misha Barton.
What was that terrible series? The Hills, The OC. She was in something like that, but she's actually a child actor.
Oh, The OC.
Yeah. See, I remember her as a kid in a Sam Rockwell, Kathleen Quinlan film I love called Lawn Dogs. And then, of course, she's a dead little girl in The Sixth Sense. And then I think she had troubled teenage years.
Okay.
Misha Barton playing I think it's like a 1930s private detective or something.
Good for her.
It looks terrible, but hey, everyone, that came out.
Lastly, Rebuilding.
You also passed on this because you said it looked dry, but Josh O'Connor, who's really hot
Oh
right
yeah.
now. I think stars a man whose house is lost in a fire, and I think he's something to do with FEMA. I don't know. It premiered at Sundance, and I think got was well received. Max Walker Silverman is the director.
Projects of interest, Sheep in the Box.
Uh, Hirokazu Koreeda has a new film, and Neon has already bought the rights to it. This will probably be in Cannes. Uh, what month is it? November. I would be surprised if this is not in Cannes. That's where he usually goes, almost exclusively. Except for one, I think in 2017 he had a film in Venice, but and then of course he won the Palme d'Or finally in 2018. But yeah, I watch absolutely anything that this man has directed. But very excitingly, Sheep in the Box, his new film.
Gambino.
And speak of the universe coming back together again. You just watched Face Off for the first time, and John Woo, here he is reuniting with Nicolas Cage in Gambino.
This past week on Patreon, we reviewed an animated film called Paranorman, a film called Mermaid Legend.
Yes, which I need to remember to get. I need to dig into that director's other films.
And we talked about part 3 of The Thornbirds, which is free to everyone. So if you are not a patron, you can be a member for free. And there are some episodes that you can listen to. For people who haven't listened to part 3 of The Thornbirds, we had been drinking and took some new edibles.
Oh, that's right.
I think it's a pretty lively one. Anyway, unfortunately, there are entries in the obituaries section.
People be dying.
Sally Kirkland died at the age of 84. She was suffering from dementia and died at a facility in Palm Springs. It was my week to choose a secret film, and I thought we should watch the film Sallywood, which was released 3 days after her death.
How fortuitous.
But I thought it deserved a separate video review. So there is a review for Sallywood, the new film starring Sally Kirkland. But Sally Kirkland, as a kid, I definitely would have known, like if I saw her, I would know that that's like a famous lady, but I couldn't have told you for what, but I knew that she was someone. And she was.
She was, yes.
Yeah, she had a great person. She was a hustler, baby.
She was a hustler. I mean,
in a good way. Like she really advocated for herself, which ultimately led to a Best Supporting Actress Academy Award.
Best Actress.
Oh, I'm sorry, Best Actress Academy Awards nomination for the film Anna.
Yeah, she's kind of the personification of the kind of hustle you really need if you don't come from somewhere.
And she won a Golden Globe for that performance in Anna.
Yes, she did.
But she was, can you name other things she's been in? I know she was popular like on some like late night talk shows, like her appearances, you know, because she was, for people who don't know, she was I would say she probably considered herself like a sexy blonde bombshell.
Yes.
And was very free with her
breasts.
Well, and just her attitude. Like she was often very flirtatious.
Yeah. I mean, we just saw her in The Way We Were. She has a small part in that. If you remember, she has a part, in JFK. We have a Patreon. You just watched that for the first time. Has a small role in that. Private Benjamin. She plays herself in The Player. There's a lot of cameo. Cher has a cameo as herself in that as well. But yeah, she's popped up in so many things, but rarely with the juicy lead as she did in Anna. But yeah, and excuse me, as a kid, they make a joke of that in the movie. As a kid, I did confuse her with Sally Kellerman because of the name, from MASH, because I wasn't as discerning as a child.
And then Japanese actor Tatsuya Nakada died at the age of 92.
It's probably more like Nakadai.
My apologies.
But I mean, my wooden English tongue, I might be wrong too. But yes, one of the most notable Japanese actors of the last century, was in several Kurosawa films that are like Seven Samurai, Harakiri. Harakiri is Kobayashi, but yes, so many incredibly notable films that if you haven't seen them, you need to catch up with. But he's gone. He was he was in his 80s too.
And then an Iranian actor, Homayoun Ershadi, died.
Yeah, people probably recognize him as the lead from Kiarostami's 1997 film Taste of Cherry, which is a really depressing but excellent film that won the Palme d'Or. 2 films won the Palme d'Or in 1997, but that was one of them. The other one being The Eel. But I mean, that is also must-see cinema.
He was 78. Mm-hmm. The secret film this week was my choice.
Yes.
And I thought, let's do something big. So I chose the 2025 film, The Girl That Got Glue Stuck in Her Hair.
Which is a grammatically incorrect title.
It is directed by someone named Alvin Gray.
It should be The Girl Who. No?
I think that's the least of this film's words.
Okay, well, that is a... Mm-hmm.
What is it about? The film dramatizes the real-life story of Tessica Brown, who became known as the Gorilla Glue Girl after using industrial-strength adhesive in her hair and the consequences that followed.
Baby Tessica.
Someone sent me something on social media a little while ago about this movie, which of course was exciting to me. And there was, I think, an online event to watch the movie, like a live streaming group viewing that I was interested in, but then forgot about. But I've been thinking about this movie since I first saw the poster for it.
You periodically brought it up, so it was like, well, let's get this. Let's make it happen.
It's 66 minutes long. We watched it on a platform called
Fossum.
Fossum.
It's like FAWE.
Like freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward, but
it's free on there, or you can pay $1.99 to rent it on Amazon. There are no reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and since we are Rotten Tomatoes approved critics, I thought we would bless this film with 2 pull quotes. Would you like to give us yours?
The girl that got glue stuck in her hair seems to belong to a strangely troubling new breed of film, exploitative docufiction, wholly dependent on pop topicality, but director Alvin Gray bungles this to such a degree it feels automatically irrelevant, which is unfortunate considering the real-world despair underlying what became an outrageous viral headline.
Agreed. Mine. Tessica Brown deserves better. Beneath the Gorilla Glue is a real story, buried under some of the worst storytelling imaginable.
Baby hair Tessica.
This is such an odd bird, like you just said. It's so immediately, well, we were confused because I'm familiar. So for people who aren't familiar, in 2021, at the height of the pandemic, this young, who I thought was a young woman, which we'll get to in a second, who I thought was a young woman gets on TikTok and posts a video about how she sprayed Gorilla Glue in her hair, and it's been weeks and she can't get it out. And she was tapping on her head, and it's clearly hard as a rock. And it went viral. I think that TikTok video got 20 plus million views. Of course, there was a very high amount of engagement, most of it making fun of her, how stupid she is. Then she is brought to Beverly Hills to have a doctor remove it, which they do successfully. And then, of course, like every viral social media person, they try to milk it for something. And the film doesn't explain this, but she did go on to do a couple little things. Like she tried to have a hair care line, and she made a little song. And then I think she was on some like Food Network, like cooking show where they have people who've gone viral on it. But this movie, immediately we were confused because we see Tessica Brown, who in the film, her name is not Tessica, it's Jessica.
What was that Tammy and the T-Rex movie with Denise Richards, where the title of the movie is Tammy, but in the movie her name is Tanny? But yes.
Well, at least in Tammy and the T-Rex, they call her Tanny the entire time.
Yeah.
In The Girl That Got Glue Stuck in Her Hair, they call her Jessica for the entire movie until the very end.
And then she's Jessica.
And now, then she says, "Oh, I'm Tessica." Like, okay.
Now she's become herself outside of a church where man's hitting on her, but nobody else is
We
leaving the
need to get
church.
to all of it.
Anyway,
But
yes,
it's confusing because the film opens with Tessica and like she's recognizable. So it's like, wait, is this a documentary?
but I was like, oh my god, is this like Life Is Not a Fairy Tale, the Fantasia Barrino story?
So then it is. It's like,
I'm starring as myself and all my trauma.
so yeah, the subject is starring as themselves in this dramatization.
This traumatization.
Oh my God. So why is this movie so terrible to me? It's I mean, you know, there's this new brand of film that everyone labels as like Tubi originals, you know, like
Mhm.
the couldn't be more poorly made. It's definitely at that level. However, the subject is interesting. The
Yes.
problem with this film is that when you think about the girl that got glue stuck in her hair, you have some obvious questions. Why did you do that?
Yes.
How did you even get it on there? Because
Yeah, 'cause she didn't smear it in there.
I think most people have worked with super glue or gorilla glue. And you know that like even like how you apply it, whatever you're applying it with, you got to throw away. Like you can't, it's so why did you do it? How did you do it? How did they get it out?
Mhm.
What was the aftermath? We don't get any of that really. What the film is trying to do, I think, and what I'm assuming Tessica Brown was attempting to do, considering she starred in the film. However, it's written by not the director, someone named Nichelle Noel.
Yes.
We need to talk about for sure. We're going to take a break in 1 second to talk about the director and some of his other movies. But I'm assuming what Tessica Brown wanted to accomplish and what the writer was trying to accomplish is sort of recuperate this experience and really explain that there was a lot going on in Jessica's life at the time of her putting Gorilla Glue in her hair, and then how hurtful the aftermath was. But this story doesn't achieve that. So you're left just if you don't know anything about this lady, all you know is that she was in an abusive relationship.
Mhm.
She put glue in her hair somehow, got it out, left the abusive man, and now she's going to let her new life begin.
Yes.
But there's no timeline. We don't know where we are, what time it is, how long. I mean, we know it's been a month.
There's snow on the ground, then there's not. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, we're going to get to the story, but first the director.
Who's also the cinematographer.
Well, since you just mentioned it, the other thing besides the horrible, horrible storytelling and the terrible acting, namely from Tessica Brown, who is, I mean,
she's a doll. She's a doll.
You know, she doesn't enunciate. A lot of her dialogue sounds like she's mumbling.
Uh-huh.
So that is a problem. Of course, the audio is not great, but the cinematography, it's really unfortunate because somehow I think this movie is well lit and consistent.
But has what you could define as an astigmatism. It's bad.
It's obviously like a handheld camera and it is so shaky.
Yes.
And I know cameras have like stabilization features.
They do now.
It's like the director cinematographer was like, turn that shit off.
Uh-huh.
This is cinema verite. We're doing.
I want grit.
I don't know what Alvin. That's his name.
Alvin Gray, who seems to like films with titles like this, because
okay, name some of the other titles.
The Nurse That Saw the Baby on the Highway. Can somebody tell Mr. Gray that she's talking about a human, so the nurse should be who? The nurse who?
Wait.
Because
let me look this up. The nurse
that
saw the baby on the highway. Nursing student Marley Wilson has been struggling with day-to-day issues with school, work, and her cheating boyfriend not paying enough attention to her. She decides to fake a kidnapping, but the hoax ends up getting deeper and complex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay, what's the next one?
This one, the rapper Who got shot in the heel, which is
heel of his foot.
I think this is a Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, it's about the shooting of rapper Megan Thee Stallion by fellow rapper Tory Lanez. However,
their names in this are Raven Thee Stallion and Corey Gaines. So I think I might have to see
what you're doing.
I think I have to see that one.
Also, I've noticed there's I believe he's white, an actor named Samuel Osborne in the rapper who got shot in the heel, he plays a detective, and in the girl that got glue stuck in her hair, he plays the doctor who gets the glue out of her hair. So I'm assuming Alvin likes working with Samuel.
His acting wasn't bad in that one scene. He's the doctor. There's another one's called The Wife That Didn't Know Who She Married.
The wife that didn't know who she married.
The actor that got chased around the city.
Wait, I need to read the premise of this one. Searching in the wrong places for love, Tessa finds herself quickly marrying Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
In a short amount of time, Tessa finds out everything her newly wedded husband told her was a complete lie.
No.
Now she's left to put together pieces of the puzzle to figure out who it is that she really married.
Or to file for divorce.
Okay, what's the other one?
African American Psycho, the Hip Hop Freak.
Caught between his life and the spotlight and the private dark side he keeps hidden, a rap artist and mogul struggles to maintain his grip on reality.
And there's a cast member playing a massage therapist whose name is Danielle Woo Woo Wooten.
He has a movie called The Actor That Got Chased Around the City.
Yep, what? What?
Okay, I have to say, kudos to Alvin Gray. I want to make a film, and Alvin Gray makes me believe I can make a film.
Oh, yeah. Well,
also, I think that these titles are kind of genius because they certainly are getting my attention.
Well, they're little Dr. Seuss-ish, as in like, what? Okay. And they're all clocking in about between 55 to 70 minutes.
Bless him. Those are the kind of run times I need.
These are more like medium length films, really.
But... Oh, he has a film called Check Please. Old friends reunite to plan and execute dine and dash schemes at multiple local restaurants.
Oh, God. And the screenwriter, Nichelle Noel, she directed a movie last year called Freak Like Me.
Oh, I think she's written most of his films. Maybe they're a couple.
Oh.
You know what? Good for them. I think that I certainly had fun watching this movie because it is so terrible.
It's terrible, but it was also depressing.
It's very depressing because, okay, at the core, so then, this film doesn't do anything to explain much, but what is clear is that Jessica's life at the time when she put Gorilla Glue in her hair was stressful because she was in a relationship with a very abusive man.
A minister who...
like a thug minister.
He said, I still got a little thug in me.
Ugh.
And was that their first date when he's explaining that to her?
Yes.
And then she got excited at that.
Yeah.
And
I wrote it down. He says, I'm a preacher, but I still got a little thug in me.
Okay.
And her response is, you keep talking like that, I might have some thug in me later. Okay.
Won't he do it?
He is comically abusive.
Yes.
And there's nothing funny about domestic violence.
Nope.
But because it's so poorly acted and written, the first time he hits her, it's because he has told her that he wants to take her on like a date, which is funny because...
Well, okay, so they have sex.
Well,
in a scene we need to get back to.
Well, okay, I think I'm all over the place because none of it makes sense.
Yep. She
meets him. Well,
yes.
The opening of the film is that we get a montage of her going on dates, and then
I don't know why we needed that.
And it's supposed to look like they're on, or she's on like Tinder, but of course they aren't using a real app. So what's on the screen is very confusing.
Yes.
I couldn't tell what I was looking at, but then ultimately you realize, oh, she's swiping left and right on these men. And we see her go on a couple of dates.
Yes.
All of them are pretty raggedy. One of them is this man claiming he's like, they're sitting, we don't know where they are. I think Tessica Brown lives in Louisiana.
Oh, the license plates were Maryland, so I don't know if were they in
Baltimore? It definitely doesn't look like Louisiana. No. It looks like they're like on the East Coast. But she's on a date with this man at what looks like a ghost town city center. Side
street. It's clearly where people, no one's going to drive by while they film the scene.
And he's telling her all the things he has, how he's like an ex-NFL player, and the reason he's carrying Powerade is because he's sponsored by them. It's just nonsense. When all of a sudden this woman walks up and is like, I know him. And she's trying to warn Jessica, like, you better stay away from him. He's a liar.
Mhm.
And the funniest line to me, I think, in the entire movie is she's trying to warn Jessica about this raggedy man. And she says, he drives a Taurus and it doesn't even have sport mode. What? Okay, but she goes on a series of dates, and then finally the last date is with this preacher man whose name is he's not even
He's not even
he's not listed on IMDb, and I don't think he ever says his name. But she goes on a date with him, and it's clear that they've met before.
It's played by Mark Scheist.
Shite. This performance was shite.
It was shite, who looked like, you know how Derek Luke played played P. Diddy in the Biggie movie?
Yeah.
This man looks like a mix between Derek Luke and the actual Diddy to me.
But they sit down, they have a date. He's talking about he's a thug preacher. She's all turned on. And then we cut to the next scene and we're told they're married.
Uh-huh.
But then I don't know if that's true or not, because they later on, she says, my boyfriend and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, they're married. And immediately, preacher man is upset that she's dressed like a church lady.
But she isn't. Not really.
I mean, she's just kind of dressed like...
It looked apropos.
Well, from the neck down, she looks like she could be like a school teacher.
Mhm.
From the neck up, she's trying to mimic the hairstyle she had in the viral video, which
Mhm.
is like a slick back with a pony,
Mhm.
a side part, and some baby hair. But it's very clearly a wig that they then glued on baby hair. So it looks atrocious.
Yes.
Her makeup is done the same way it was in that viral video. Like heavy foundation,
Like shift,
no contouring,
like a double at Sephora.
eyeliner that looks like she took a fat Sharpie, tarantula eyelashes.
Yes.
So he is mad at her, saying you need to dress more sexy
In the church.
Not like you can be a freak in the sheets but then be a good church lady. No, you need to look sexy at church.
Mm-hmm.
So already he's acting crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But the first time he hits her, it's because he says I want to plan a date
for the next night.
And she goes, oh, okay, well, can I get some details? Because we're told that Jessica runs a daycare center.
We are told that.
That she has 3 children. But we see no evidence of any of it.
Well, they pop up randomly.
Who?
They're at a dinner table with 2 little boys.
I think those are his kids.
Those are his kids? Okay.
I think.
Because
they're reacting to him like they're his kids and they're making fun of her.
Yeah. And then we meet one mother of a child that supposedly attends her daycare.
That's right, which we'll get back to. But she's like, well, that's wonderful. I would love to go on a date with she's acting like, but aren't they married?
I don't know.
Like, why is she acting like, I don't know.
But then he gets upset that she dares to ask questions.
But it's not even like she's just asking like what time, because I have a daycare center. I need to plan. And this man punches her in the face.
And it looks like it's straight up noon outside. Like, why is the daycare center not operating today? Like,
also, side note, I don't know what it was. It looks like a bottle of rosé.
There's rosé everywhere in this movie.
Everywhere. Every scene, there's a bottle of rosé. At the dinner table,
on her
nightstand, next to an open window in direct sunlight. Like, who wants room temperature rosé?
I don't know.
At one point, Preacher Man is just sitting on the couch holding a bottle of rosé.
Mm-hmm.
But like, was he drinking it? Okay. I want to take a step back because I talked about Tessica Brown's acting, but she has this thing she does with her hands.
Yes.
That made me think of like, those videos of like domesticated raccoons?
Oh yeah, with the claws.
How they act when like they want food.
Yeah,
that's how she does. Like,
well, it's almost like a self-defense mechanism because it seems
or like she's nervous and uncomfortable, so she can't help but like do her little claw hands to her face. It's an interesting performance.
Yes.
Okay. At one point the preacher man he says he's a widow.
Do you mean widower?
Wouldn't a preacher know the difference between a widow and a widower?
Yeah, like
Because he has a real church. We see him at his church with his congregation, giving a sermon, standing by the door when everyone leaves. Who is this man?
I don't know.
There's no interiority to him at all, and their relationship is so one note. It's just that he is mean to her and beats her. There's also a rape scene, which is really uncomfortable.
Oh,
but
yes.
not as uncomfortable as an actual like consensual sex scene.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's shocking. The word I wrote down for the sex scene is jarring.
It is. Well, he's like hunched up on her and the thrusting.
He's hitting it from the back. She is fully exposed. Mm-hmm. It's not well
lit, or
the director cinematographer is not doing her any favors. It's not flattering at all.
No.
I can't tell if they're having, like, if they're enjoying themselves or it doesn't look violent. It looks like why is this happening right now?
It's like if you accidentally open the door to the room that was happening, you'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, my God, I'm going away. Like, I don't want to.
The dinner scene I just mentioned, there's not only rosé on the table, but they have like a bottle of Old Bay. Like,
I swear my dad cooks a lot with Old Bay. I swear that's Old Bay on the counter. And then there's a scene later with her mama where the Old Bay is also out with the oil. Like, what? They're seasoning her hair.
So they're sitting at the dinner table with the two kids who I believe are the preacher man's kids, when all of a sudden Jessica spills something on her sweater that she's wearing backwards.
It looks... Mm-hmm.
And the husband freaks out, saying that she needs to go and clean off that mess. It just looked like she had dropped like a pimento on her titty. I don't understand what that was.
Not a pimento.
The problem is that it's trying so hard to just show him as this monster that it makes no sense. So what happens is she seems like a dodo bird.
Yeah.
He's obviously like villainous, but she seems like...
Like, what do you see in this person? Or why are you
because the
here?
other thing that we get to once the glue situation happens, which we need to build up to, but we do get a montage of people on social media. Most of it consists of reenactments. However, we do get actual footage of Wendy Williams and Charlemagne the God talking about her. And of course, everyone's saying she's stupid.
Yes.
So
she did do a stupid thing.
If the point of this film for Tessica Brown was to show that she wasn't stupid, she was under a lot of stress, it fails because she does seem stupid in this movie.
She does, but I'm at least led to understand what was happening.
Okay. The film also contains, it was also, we just mentioned that we reviewed Sallywood, which is not a well done movie.
No, not at all.
And it has this like documentary element to it that's really awkward.
Jarring is also a word. And this film
also has like, it's sort of framed around the real Tessica Brown talking about her life with this man. Which is really confusing because the distinction between that footage and the movie is imperceptible. But then it's like in the movie, she's Jessica. But
and we segue very abruptly.
It's very abrupt. And then, of course, we were watching it on Fossum, and those commercials
are also...
because every 5 minutes, it's a McDonald's commercial.
Yes.
And every single time I thought, oh, she went to McDonald's. Oh, wait, no, it's a commercial.
But the journalist asking her the questions, and we can see the journalist clipboard with the sticker, the UPC sticker.
It's so laughable. First of all, the lady is sitting there, and she's a woman of size. She's beautiful, but she's wearing this big orange sweater, and so she's just sitting there looking like a orange creamsicle.
The orange push pop.
So awkwardly asking these questions with a clipboard with a sticker on it.
And
then Tessica is sitting there, dressed like
Dion.
She's dressed like a pilgrim wearing a silver wig from like 1998.
It's not that the wig isn't cute. It's like, why is she? Are we supposed to show age progression and wisdom?
Okay, can we talk about it? Because I distinctly recall that TikTok video from 2021. And prior to watching this, well, even during watching the movie, if you would have asked me how old do I think that lady was in that video, I would have said like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
No, that lady was 40 years old. 40.
Yeah. I mean, I do dumb things still
Which
sometimes.
I
But
feel dumb because she's fully sitting there saying, I have a daycare center. And in the movie, she says she has 3 kids.
yeah.
I think the actual Tessica has 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I should have assumed she was older than 18. But the way she looks and behaves would indicate that she's a teenager.
Yes.
No, she's a whole ass adult. But she's sitting there looking crazy.
Well, you know what it reminded me of? That Tyler Perry movie, Confession. Was it Confessions? Wait, Temptation.
With Brandy,
Yeah,
Kim K, and Vanessa Williams.
Temptation Confessions of a Marriage Counselor.
Yeah.
Where Journey Smollett at the end, after she's contracted HIV because she's a sinning woman, where she's all rickety, and they give her like older lady hair. That's what that reminded me of.
But thinking that there was a script is crazy because particularly Tessica portraying Jessica sounds like she's ad-libbing most things, and it's the worst during those interviews with the orange creamsicle, because it fully sounds like she was just asked the question cold and she's trying to answer it. Okay, but getting back to the story, so the first half hour of the movie is her getting involved with this thug preacher and how he's abusive. There is a moment that made me laugh when, after he's been abusive to her, he realizes that he was mean and calls her up while he's, I guess, at church eating like fried chicken, greens, and macaroni and cheese.
Yes, he's going to town.
That food did look really good.
It did look good.
But he calls her and says, I want to take you somewhere. Let's go to that park you like.
Like, what? And she gets all excited.
And it reminded me of when my sister has 2 pit bulls.
Lovely, but out of control.
They're so sweet, but those are some badass dogs. And she knows they're bad.
Yeah.
But
can't take them anywhere.
But I love, especially the OG Ronaldo.
Oh, I love Ronaldo.
But anyway, when my sister tells the dogs it's time to go for a walk.
Oh my God.
And they're so damn bad they can't go to the park with the other dogs. So she has a system. But anyway, the way those dogs get excited is the way Jessica acted when her man, after he whooped her ass, told her he would take her to her favorite park. We should not be laughing at this woman's pain.
Well, that's the film's problem. Like, come on.
Okay, I want to take a detour to talk about the incident, because when I first heard about it, as a beauty professional,
yes,
I am familiar with the product that she intended to use,
that she ran out of.
Yeah, it's the Got to Be like freeze spray, and that packaging looks industrial. It looks like something you would buy from Home Depot. So to think that she used the Gorilla Glue spray, the adhesive spray, I like back then in 2021, I remember thinking, well, I could see how a person, because a lot of people use that, like those freeze spray type products, to slick their hair down, to adhere wigs, like lace fronts, all that. So at the time, I thought I could see how someone would think that maybe it's not a big leap, right? It's not a big leap to think like, oh, this adhesive spray could be an option. So what I was expecting in this movie was maybe her explaining her state of mind and why she would have thought like, yeah, in hindsight, it was a stupid mistake, but we get none of that. The scene, which takes over 30 minutes to get to in a 66-minute movie called The Girl That Got the Glue Stuck in Her Hair, is that out of the blue, her abusive boyfriend calls her and says, bitch, get ready. I'm picking you up in 20 minutes to go on a date.
And she's
and
not
you
ready.
Better look sexy. And she's freaking out. And she says, well, I don't have my Got to Be blasting spray.
Doesn't she ask him to pick something up? And he's like, hell no.
And he says, hell no, bitch. And you better be ready and you better look sexy. So we get this frantic scene.
She's running around the house.
Which I thought was funny because, in this moment, it might have made sense to have shaky cam because we see her running. She actually has a nice apartment in the movie of her running up and down the stairs, but it looked no different than all the other footage. But we see her run into the bathroom, the kitchen, look rummaging through drawers. And then we get 2 seconds of her in a bath towel sitting on the bathroom floor, like waving her hands. And then all of a sudden, she's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the problem with it is, her hair looked no different before or after.
Right.
The entire film, her hair looks the same.
Mm-hmm.
A slick back, side part, baby hairs, and a ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
So I was expecting her to not have the pony in, to have her shit be a little fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why she was panicking, because she knew that if her man showed up and she looked busted, he was going to whip her ass.
And apparently he won't let her wear hats.
But no, her hair was laid when he called, and she had a full face of makeup on.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like, that made no sense. Then my biggest question was, how much did she put in there? How did she put it in there? How did she spray it on her hair and not get it on her skin? Like, all these questions I have, they don't show any of it.
Mm-hmm.
She's dressed sexy, gets into his little Infinity SUV. They go to dinner. Then he seems to be pleased with the date, so he wants to come home and get some ass.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, well, let me freshen up.
But she's kind of uncomfortable at dinner.
Oh, yes, that's important. That's another thing. We don't really get a sense of, like, did the shit burn when you put it on the date? She makes one motion that would indicate that maybe her scalp itched or burned. She gets home. He wants some ass. She says, let me freshen up. She goes in the bathroom, hops in the shower, and starts washing her hair. Mm-hmm. And we can see that nothing's happening.
Yeah.
And then her man is like busting down the door. And I know that he's meant to seem like a monster,
mm-hmm.
but it's like, I mean, if someone's getting ready to have sex with you and they're having some issues, I would think that maybe you'd want to be patient, or
yes,
like I would, like, maybe I would have, the moment's passed and now I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But what I certainly wouldn't do is rush you, because
right,
who knows what might happen next.
Well, yeah, he's like banging on the door, like, open up.
He actually like breaks down the door. He opens it up
mm-hmm.
and forces her to come out. And then she comes downstairs dressed like a dominatrix.
Well, like it's like a little French maid, sexy.
I have to give it up to Tessica Brown, because she does, it is a very revealing role. And
it's a vulnerable role.
Vulnerable is a better word. And so she gets kudos for that. But
and then having to kind of put yourself through that again and be in those headspaces, I imagine, is unpleasant.
Right. Mm-hmm. But I think my biggest letdown was we never see, like, she never explains, because then I kind of got the sense that maybe she had used that spray before.
Uh-huh.
Because I think most people have in their junk drawer super glue or Gorilla Glue, like the little tube.
In a tube, a spray. But
the spray is like,
Drake.
I mean, I could see someone who has like a workspace and does something that would require that, but
that seems dangerous.
I'm not saying that it's impossible that she would have it. I'm saying that she has some splaining to do.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the hell did you have this adhesive spray? And why were you so comfortable spraying it in your hair? She never talks about it.
I don't know.
Okay, so then now more than half the movie's done when we get the aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that she's tried to wash her hair 15 times before she gets on TikTok, posts the video. We see the actual video. We see all the people making fun of her. At one point, she has a homegirl come over with different oils. We see Jessica looking up videos, which were horrible.
Yes.
These reenactments of people saying, like, you got to do this, you got to do that. And then finally, okay, this is another part that's just horrible writing. She gets a call out of the blue from some lady saying, good news, a doctor in Beverly Hills is going to take it out for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is after she's gone to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And then she tells us, well, they said it was going to take 24 hours to get it out. So I left.
Well, they gave her acetone to take home, right? And I think she filmed that. I don't.
She never explains why she didn't let the hospital do it, because they said they could do it, but it's a slow process.
It would take 24 hours.
So she says, well, can you just give me the stuff and I'll do it when I get home? I have a hard time believing that a hospital, for liability purposes, would hand her acetone and cotton swabs and send her ass home. So I think all that's made up. I don't understand. Like, again, she has some explaining to do. Why wouldn't you let the healthcare professionals who believe they could have helped you help you.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you go home, you film yourself pouring acetone on your hair. It doesn't come out. Then you get this random call, as far as we know.
Mm-hmm.
You fly to Beverly Hills. This doctor takes it out, but you're told that you have to let TMZ film it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no explanation of how she got hooked up this way. I had to do my own research and found out that there was a like some sort of TV or publicist person. That was that lady who called her and said there's an opportunity, but of course in exchange we want the footage.
Mm-hmm.
She gets it out. We see some actual footage of her asking, answering questions about the aftermath. She's gone viral. Her boyfriend wants some shine off of it.
Yeah, he's like, I want my numbers to
my followers to go up. Let's make videos together.
Did he suggest maybe we could dress up as each other?
Yeah.
What?
Then at one point he comes home mad and the mom is there. Like Jessica's mom is in the house. She's just left. And that's the rape scene. He gets mad and rapes her over the kitchen island.
Yes.
Which was very upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm so disappointed that the actual, like, everything we actually care about, like, why'd you do it? How'd you do it? How they get it out? Like that treatment process. None of it's explained. I had to read separately what the doctor used to get this shit out of her head. They basically gave her like local anesthetic. Like that's what we find out in the movie,
mm-hmm.
that she was numbed and that they're just pouring shit on her hair and then voila, it's out. But we get another domestic violence moment. The boyfriend just busts into, and at this point she's calling him her boyfriend,
mm-hmm.
not her husband. At one point he busts into the house and beats her up because he thinks that she was having an affair with that doctor.
Uh-huh.
And then we immediately cut to them going to get food.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, this poor lady, she says, I was diagnosed with HG. This is after she's found out she's pregnant.
They say it's HG so many times.
They
like,
say it so many
what?
times. And then she even says, don't ask me the words for it. I don't know it. Okay, bitch, but like someone needs to explain to the audience what's happening.
Uh-huh.
I had to look it up. And apparently it refers to hyperemesis, which is like extreme morning sickness.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, you couldn't explain that. Like, even if she can't say hyperemesis gravidarum, she could at least say like, I have like morning sickness from hell. Like,
right.
But this is when we get a glimpse into her and her daycare. And like you already mentioned, we see one of the parents.
Mm-hmm.
And then her boyfriend is mad at her and decides to blackmail her because she's really sick, right? With her HG.
Mm-hmm.
And she's trying to do her daycare and she's wearing like nursing scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we had seen her at the daycare earlier in the movie and she was wearing like a t-shirt that said the daycare's name.
Jessica's Little Angels.
And she had a little bow tied in her. But then later we see her, she dresses like she's, you know how like sometimes housekeepers dress like nurses?
Yes.
That's how she was dressed. So I don't understand. But her boyfriend goes, oh, you should take a little nap.
Mm-hmm.
But as the audience, I didn't understand what she was doing.
I didn't either. I was like, is she ill?
Like, why is she wearing
is it a sick day?
Nursing scrubs? And then like, yeah, well, is she ill? Why can't she just take a day off?
I mean, you know, she could keep her eyes open if she took those eyelashes off much later.
But he tells her, why don't you lay down? So she lays down in the bed. He takes video of her and posts it on social media and says, this is how she's taking care of your kids.
Mm-hmm.
So then that mom calls and says, hey girl, I just saw a video of you sleeping. Like, are the kids okay?
But the mom also seems to be at home.
Why
isn't, go get your kid if you're at home. Like, why?
Right.
That mom was not at work. She was at home.
No,
like,
she was sitting by the kitchen.
Are you watching my child?
While I'm watching soaps? Like, okay. She sees the video, confronts her boyfriend, says, I'm leaving you.
She tells him to leave.
Then she lets him come back.
That night. Mm-hmm.
That night. And then she beats him up in his sleep.
After getting a knife and
getting a knife and telling the interviewer in the documentary portion of the film
That she was going to kill him.
That she was going to kill him that night, but she knew that would take her away from her kids.
Mm-hmm.
So she just beat him up.
Yes.
Okay. Then we get her and her boyfriend at the police station being interviewed by two detectives
that were not giving detective.
One of them is gay, and the gay detective must have wrote his own lines, because he's giving, like, I think he thought he was on pose.
Yes,
because he's trying to be real.
He's trying to serve.
Sassy. At one point, because the boyfriend is the one being interviewed by the gay detective, he's saying, I didn't do anything, and the gay detective saying, do you see these pictures? Like, you clearly, she didn't beat herself up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the gay detective goes, this is AAA battery, 9-volt.
That was what?
What?
Huh? And then the boyfriend's like, you didn't read me my Miranda rights. He's like, I wouldn't trust you around Miranda, Melissa, Amalia.
What?
Okay. Not how this works.
The other detective who reminded me, he felt like he would have been more appropriate working at Mike Epps' auto body shop in the Upshaws.
The option. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But he's interviewing Jessica and she's showing him proof of the abuse. And then we find out that abusive boyfriend posted her miscarriage, posted the bloody toilet water with the little fetus in it. It's too much.
It is too much.
This movie is too ridiculous to be this intense. It's just too much.
And I don't know, like, those are some pretty traumatic events, if they indeed did happen to her, that I think processing in a different way would be beneficial.
Yeah, I think she needs therapy and not to make this movie. But then we find out that I was so confused. The abusive thug preacher boyfriend ends up going to jail for armed robbery, not beating her up. And apparently he had robbed 5 people.
When did that start? What, while he was still having a congregation? Like, what happened?
I didn't mention, the miscarriage. She gets pregnant. That's why I did mention it, because she had the morning sickness from hell. But and this movie feels so long, and it's only 66 minutes.
Yes.
The final scene of the movie is she's outside of church. And I don't know if it's like her ex's church. Like does she still go to her?
She said it's her daddy's church.
Oh, did she say that?
She says that, yeah.
She's outside the church and this man approaches her.
He follows her out of the church. It's like, did you leave the sermon early? Because no one else
There's no one else out here.
And you're on the steps.
And this man's pushing up on her and she likes it. And then she introduces herself to him as Tessica. So I guess she's back to my me.
The Tesseract.
The Norwood Young story. I mean,
back to my me.
Oh God, I feel like I've rambled on so much about this movie.
It is unreal. And then there's this director has a whole body of work that seems similarly unreal.
The themes are so ripe for like viral fame, public scrutiny, beauty standards, societal pressure to look a certain way, like identity, like people who have these things happen to them, but then it's like there's an identity beyond the thing that made them go viral.
The resounding criticism, which was, at least the montage we get, is almost exclusively Black people criticizing her heavily.
That part,
Wendy has some comment about how it makes us all look bad. Like this Black woman doing something like this.
This is why I'm so disappointed in the script, because this could have been an opportunity for her to give us insight into her state of mind that led up to making this decision that is admittedly a very poor decision.
It's important, but when you are extremely stressed out and you are trying to make something. I mean, I can, all the dumb shit I did as a teenager looking back, it's like, why did I think that would work? Or that, I think most, in the human experience, we've all done something really stupid and had the luxury of no one else needing or ending up knowing about it.
And then lastly, again, I'm assuming Tessica Brown's intention was to show transformation and being liberated from this thing, but it's just not effective. I feel silly talking for so long about this horrible movie, but
It's longer. This
I,
podcast is longer than the
it
movie.
is longer than the movie. I do think it's worth checking out.
Well, especially knowing you can find it for free somewhere. But
just because it's like, what? But unfortunately, what would you give the girl that got glue stuck in her hair?
I think out of respect, I'm not giving it the lowest score possible for her experience. But I'm being very generous with a 1 instead of a 0.5.
I'm not as generous. I think that this is abysmal storytelling.
It
like,
is, but
I mean, this is not how you tell a story. I mean, I could just think of there's so much here. There is so much
it
here.
is.
You have this woman who went viral for putting super glue in her hair. And then you find out that at the time she was in this ultra abusive relationship. And you can't come up with.
Well, I think she's lacking in some self-awareness because she's doubly screwed, right? Because of the clowning she got for the incident, and now this doesn't serve her in any way. But I still see her.
She's also not a young woman.
But I still, this is somebody that's trying to kind of explain herself and be vulnerable, but in all the wrong ways. But,
the other thing about the timing, because, we don't know where we are and we don't know what time it is. And then at one point, that's not true. At one point in the film, someone says, girl, it's 2025.
mm-hmm.
So I don't know if
we're just rewriting history.
But also if it is, the real Tessica Brown is 45 years old currently.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like a really immature, and like you said, someone who's not self-aware.
A director and a screenwriter, apparently, that don't know what the title should be.
0.5 out of 5. That's my score. All right. I don't know what's coming this week.
This week is Wicked for Good.
Ugh.
Is the big one.
I know I gave the first Wicked a good score because it's a good production.
I was surprised that I enjoyed it enough. Yeah.
But it's one of those movies that I just don't give a shit about.
Well, I feel so overwhelmed and oversaturated with everything.
I saw Wicked on Broadway with the original cast, and it was a great show. But there are certain stories and movies that I just have when I tell you I couldn't care less,
mm-hmm.
and people keep sending me things about Wicked, I just don't care about Wicked. And I'm sure I'm going to give the new one a good score because I'm sure it's going to be a great production.
Well, we'll see. I don't know.
But yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. What else?
I think, I am going to be out of town at the end of next week, but I think there are a couple things that, like Train Dreams, I think we have access to that and we should review it.
Oh.
That's because that I think is coming out on Netflix next week, and that's a big, very well-reviewed film.
Okay.
That'll probably be a contender. I don't know. I can't remember what else is this week. I think we're going to a movie trivia night with Kleber Mendonça Filho and Wagner Moura, though.
When is that?
Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's something to look forward to.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, are you reading anything?
Still Last of the Mohicans. Mm-hmm.
Would you like to tell the people anything else?
No. Mm-mm.
All right. Ta-ta.